Once you get to this, see the thumbnail, you'll see what this video is about. The blueprint. Jay-Z, man, he made this album back in 2001, man, 25 years ago, man. September 11th. That's a dreaded day. Obviously, living infamy for the 9/11 terror attacks and stuff like that in New York. But this album was a great album, man. And Jay-Z different went in a different direction. Soul sampling with Kanye West, Jazz Just Blaze, Bank. Um, Great album. This came out again September 11th, 2001, off of Rockefeller Records and Def Jam Recordings. It was released a week earlier than initially planned in order to combat bootlegging. Because at that time, they had cassette tapes, CDs and stuff like that. I don't think they had cassette tapes now. Might be wrong, but the four songs that stood out from this album, the three of them to me, Izzo, Over, Girls, 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 and Songs Cry, songs like that. Just excellent stuff. Obviously, there was beefing going on with him and Nas, and Prodigy, and stuff like that. At the time he was recording, Jay-Z was dealing with a lot of stuff away from the music, waiting two criminal trials, come possession, assault. He had become one of hip hop's most dissed artists, receiving insults from rappers like Nas, Prodigy, and Jadakiss. The album also is notable for both its producers, Kanye West and Just Blaze. This was their breakout in their production because it was something new at that time. Kanye West basically brought that soulfulness back for his production, and Just Blaze was doing his thing. Very underrated. Hasn't done that much lately. Haven't when we talk about Just Blaze, they were definitely sought after producers. So this is like their coming out party. West produced 4 of the 13 tracks, including Izzo and Take Over, obviously dissing Nas and Prodigy, and Just Blaze produced Girls, 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 Song Try, You Don't Know, and Breathe Easy, Lyrical Exercise. It was particularly by critics, Jay-Z's performance the greatest, probably his best performance. And the album's soul-based landscape was very soulful. It's one of the greatest albums of all time, especially for the genre. It's very influential on Kendrick Lamar and J. Cole, and shaped the direction of hip-hop in the years that followed. And Jay-Z's blend of commercial appeal with profound lyricism paved the way for artists like Kendrick Lamar and J. Cole to continue to draw from the blueprint he laid. Again, despite its release co-signed with September 11 attacks, it sold over 400,000 copies, 427,000 copies to be exact. Opening week debuting at number 1 on the U.S., holding the spot on the charts for 3 weeks. It was later certified triple multi-platinum. In 2018, the Library of Congress preserved this album in the United States National Recording Registry for being culturally, historically, and aesthetically significant, becoming the first entry created in the 21st century. So this blueprint was reportedly cut in 2 weeks. Jay-Z recorded 9 songs in 2 days. He did a song called Renegade, obviously with Eminem, and it was just great at that time. It was just a great album. And the photograph behind the cover, it was taken by Jonathan Mangan. It was inspired by one from The Firm, a series by Jocelyn Bainhog depicting organized crime in Britain. Instead of the telephone and brass knuckles seen next to the ashtray, in the original picture, a pack of cigars, and a microphone would be placed in that situation. Got great reviews, man. Again, this album definitely led to the greatness of Kanye West and Just Blaze as they became two of hip hop's most celebrated producers. It established them as official producers, the ones that's going to be sought after in years to come, and they were going to have great successful careers. So that's the thing about that album, is that those producers came to their own. They coming out party. Also, the blueprint will be the theme of a concert Jay-Z is scheduled to perform on July 11th at Yankee Stadium in 2026, New York City. So he's going to be doing that album, I guess, on July 11th. It's got so much great accolades, man. Like 50 albums of the year, 2001. That was ranked number 4 by NME. Rolling Stone Top 10 in 2001, ranked at number 5. Spin Magazine's Albums of the Year 2001, ranked number 7. Ranked number 12 at Wire's Magazine's 50 Records of the Year 2001. For albums, best albums of the 2000s, Complex Magazine's ranked at number 1 as the best album of the 2000s. Number 7 was ranked number 7 in the Styles Decades Top 100 Albums of the 2000s. Rolling Stone Magazine made it as far as the 100 best albums of the 2000s, ranked number 4. And ranked number 5 according to Pitchfork's the top 200 albums of the 2000s. Top album ranked number 6 in Billboard's Critics' Pick of the Decade, 1999 to 2009. Number 6. Number 2, Pitchfork's the top 100 albums of 2000 to 2004. Number 2, Stylist Magazine, the top 50 albums of 2000 to 2005 was number 5. So it received great accolades. Best album of the decade was number 2 for the Entertainment Weekly for best albums of the decade. Ranked number 42 in Pace 50 best albums of the decade. Ranked number 4 in Rolling Stones Magazine's list of the 100 best albums of the decade 2009. Ranked number 20 in Rap C's 100 best albums of the decade 2009. And then Vibe, since 2013, since 93, 50 greatest albums. Number 8, the greatest albums of all time. Ranked number 456, Rolling Stone Magazine, 500 greatest albums of all time in 2003. So stuff like that. I don't want to go over everything, but that was a critically acclaimed album, and it's ranked. Some people like this album as one of the greatest. So, and also the Blueprint became Jay-Z's 4th consecutive album to reach number 1 on the Billboard 200 charts. Also in the Girls second single, Q-Tip, Slick Rick, and Biz Markie was featured, but they are not credited as featured guests on the back artwork. They are, however, credited in the liner notes. That's basically it, man. Just look at this album from 2001, 25 years, man. That's when I'm gonna do the video, 25 years. It was a great album. And that's basically it, man. So I come back at 7 o'clock with another one. It'll be about Nas' Stillmatic album, 25 years later. So we're going to get into that. That'll be it. That's it. I'm done. So then talk to you soon.